YouTube. But other than that, like I was saying, the sun as it comes across the sky every day, on point, on time. The moon as it comes across the sky every day, on point, on time. All the different miracles, all the things that happens, all the seasons that happen. Everything is by the word and the will of Yah. So I am that I am is Yah. And by that whole thing being Yah, people try to take that and say, well, that's his name. This is what I mean by people are so, they don't sit back and get an understanding. That's the reason why I was taught and understood through Proverbs and through one of my first teachers. He said, get wisdom, get knowledge, but in all thy getting, get an understanding. Why? Because understanding will keep thee. You have to get an understanding of certain things. People see things and run with it. Instead of getting an understanding, okay, why is this? How come this? Or why is that? Some people don't do that. Hey, that's on them at that time. So, but in Exodus chapter 3:15, it states, and Yah said, moreover, right here, check this out. Now, see, they split it up, but really, you got to read them in paragraphs, sentences and paragraphs, because they split them up into into verses. They split them up into verses because this is all really one book, right? When you read a book, they don't have numbers in there like that. They just, you read paragraph to paragraph, and paragraph to paragraph, and then you'll see when the stop comes in, when it says, and it shall come to pass, or and the Lord said, or you'll know when the time comes for that end of that conversation to stop. Then it starts another conversation, or something else starts from that point on as it goes through. But this is the point of paying attention. Everybody's looking at the numbers and they're looking at the time and things like that, and they don't go back and study. That's what studying means. That's what it means to study, should I say. But verse 15, it says, and Yah said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel. Check this out. The Lord Yah of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me unto you. This is my name forever. You see that? But can you see what's being said? He just said his name is the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. This is my name forever. But people can't see that as a name. People can't even fathom, oh, God, how is that a name? That ain't one word. But you see what I'm saying? He says it right there in verse 15. Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord Yah of your fathers, the Lord Yah of your fathers, the Yah of Abraham, the Yah of Isaac, and the Yah of Jacob has sent me unto you. So really what he's saying, if you understand 14 and 15, what he was saying is this: the Father is I am, all things. He's of and in, and he is of all things that he show and prove unto you. But how you call upon him is to say, I'm the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob. And we know that he was God of Abraham, who he made promises to and said what he said, what he's going to do for him and to him through to. Then he said Isaac, which is going to be his son through his loins. The Father said, and we see it through the book. Then he said Jacob, which Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And that's why when I pray, y'all hear me every time I get started. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. That's how I always start my prayer off. Why? Because it says it in the book, and we know it by what he did and who we are. I go by prophecy. I understand things according to the word, according to what the Father said. Not according to my words and what I think. I read to study what the Creator say and go by his every word. Now, I may have some understanding to give you something in a parable or in a different understanding so you can get and understand what I'm saying, but I mainly stay on the word so people can understand what the word is saying. That's all I do. You know, I don't add to the word, but I try to explain it in the way where you can get it. That's what I try to do. And me and one brother, I ain't gonna say no names, but me and one brother, we've been talking for the longest, almost for the last 2 or 3 years, off and on about, I wouldn't say time, but day and night. The Father said, the evening and the morning is the day, which is the light period. The light is of the morning, even though it says evening first, which is noon. Noon is the evening of the day. Because when the sun go up, it goes to its highest point, then it falls. That's the evening of the day. It goes up, then this guy kept talking about 24 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, 24 hours. I'm like, bro, 12 hours. I said, bro, where you see that in the book? Well, you know there's 12 hours and this and that. And then the other day, I said, bro, it's 9 o'clock. 2 months ago, it was bright outside. Today is not. It don't say nothing about no 9 o'clock in the book. In the book, it says day, which is light period, and night, which is the dark period. The evening and the morning is a day. And he could not get it, or he was just being stubborn, just didn't want to understand what I was saying. Some other brothers came on and shared some other situations today. I was kind of like, okay. I'm glad somebody else seeing can understand and come the way. I try to be nice and, I come a long way because I used to be harsh back in the day. But I know we all brothers. I know we all. So again, it said verse 15, Exodus 3:15. 3:15. And Yah said, moreover, unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Yah of your fathers, the Yah of Abraham, the Yah of Isaac, and the Yah of Jacob has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Now, what's the memorial? The memorial is what he did by taking children of Israel from the land of Egypt and brought them out. And all the stuff he did while he was there. That's his memorial. That's what people, this is what made, I didn't say what made him famous because he was always famous, but this is what showed his power. He showed his might in Egypt. Even though the people ain't seen it, they heard of it. They see it in the book. They know that all that stuff happened. And they know it was true and real. No different than we here today. We came from something. The Father made us from the dirt, and we here today. But people don't even take it in consideration. They don't even take the breath of life as Yah. That's the creator. They don't even look at the grain of grass and the dirt outside. That dirt grows food. It grows trees. You put a seed in the ground, it comes up. That's a miracle. People don't even see that. This is what trips me out. This is what gets me. People cannot see the miracles going on daily. The blood running through your veins, the organs in your body, the things that happen the way people don't even take in consideration the manifestation that the Creator does. That's why he is of and in and of all things. That's why I say the Lord is his name. And that's just a little bit compared to what I just shared, all the stuff that he do. But people can't see. But let's get back over to Malachi. And then we're going to go to part 2. But this is on the name. I'm not going to call it the name tonight, but so far it's about the name. Understanding of the name. I probably call it the understanding of the name of Yah. Understanding of Yah's name. Whatever, however it comes, however the Father can put it. That's what's coming at me right now. But that was just verse 16. Let's keep it going. Then they that feared Yah spake often one to another, and Yah hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear Yah and that thought upon his name. 17. This is what I mean. Just by these three, you can see a lot. And they shall be mine, saith Yah. Who? The Creator said it, as we can see. And they shall be mine, saith the Creator, the Almighty, the All of Alls, the Omnipotent One of hosts. In that day when I make up my jewels, all the ones that he's going to see, the ones who've been anointed now is his jewels. This is today. See, a lot of people don't understand. Woo, that just hit me. Woo, thank you, Father. Woo, 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 boy. That just hit me. We are the jewels of the Father, the ones who we hidden with the knowledge that's opening their minds up to him. We are his jewels. I never see. That's nothing, Rod, that just came to me, bro. That just hit me. The Spirit, I'm a vessel. The Creator be using me to bring it out to let the people see the way it needs to be. Man, thank you, Father. But this is one of my favorite scriptures, but the first time I brought it the way I just said it. It says, verse 17, Malachi 3:17, and they shall be mine, saith Yah of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels. We are his jewels as we are awakening. And I will spare them. You see that he's going to spare them. I will spare them as a man spareth his own son. Now I got to show you that. Got to show you that. Baby, you can get your phone now, baby. It's one page over, or shall I say one chapter over from Exodus chapter 3. This is chapter 4. Exodus chapter 4, for those who don't know. 21 through 23. Exodus chapter 4, verse 21 through 23. I'm going to read this part again over here in Malachi just before I get done. Read 17 again real quick. See, he give us clues. Clues is all in the Bible. You just got to understand how to read to see once you study to get to know Yah's word. When you know Yah's word, you become his children and his people. Now, I ain't say people. We his people, but you become his children. You become his jewels, as we just read, verse 17. And they shall be mine, saith Yah of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth. You see that? You see the rest of that? His own son that serveth him. His own, I will spare as a man spareth his own son that serve. See, he ain't just say spareth his own son. He said spareth his own son that serveth, continue to serve him. See, he could have stopped there as a man spareth his own son. He could have stopped right there. But he said, but he added and showed you as a man spareth his own son that serveth, continue to serve his father. And how do we serve the Father? By doing his will, sharing the information, putting the word out there, showing the truth according to the law. You got a lot of people out here teaching against the law, and they say they are the Father. Oh, you can't do the laws outside the land. Which laws are you talking about? You can't do none of the law. Oh, you telling me that you got to eat a certain type of food that he said don't eat? You got to eat it? You mean to tell me you got to go lay down with another man's wife? Or a woman have to lay down with another man if you belong to somebody? You got to do that? You got to go and bear false witness against somebody and you know that you're telling a lie on them? Do you got to do that? Go ahead, Rob. What you about to say, bro? This is open conversation. I'm just talking, y'all. So y'all want to come in, come on. This is open conversation tonight. So I'm just in the book. Come on, bro.
They basically putting in their own roots.
Say that again.
They basically putting in their own roots.
They sure do. But give me an example, bro. Talk to me.
All right. For instance, I could go and talk to somebody about, let's say, like getting in say, well,